I'm going to present you what happens to an agreement in case of a violation. So let's say the transfer happened and the consumer receives the signed resolution and he wants to evaluate this. This signed resolution is a proof that the transfer was successful or something went wrong. And then we can introduce this proof and also the sender address, the Ethereum sender address of the consumer. And we can then sign this transaction with the wallet. And then the wallet asks us if we can sign it, and you accept. And then we deploy this transaction on the blockchain. And when this will be deployed, the consumer either will receive the penalties, which can be terminate or new end date for the agreement or a price reduction, or they don't receive any penalties and the agreement is still remains active and the transfer was successful. So the transaction has been deployed. We can check the state of our agreement. And then we can also see the notification whether we received penalties or not. So the agreement is now violated. And we can see that we received the penalties. So for agreement 4, which is our agreement, we received that we can choose between terminate, new end date for agreement, or new end date and a price reduction. So let's say we want to choose that we want a new end date for our agreement and we want to propose this for the provider. So we chose our penalty and we propose this penalty. So, and our agreement is 4. And then our new agreement end date would be something like this. And then we also receive a notification. Let's execute this again. That we proposed this penalty. This notification is sent to the provider, and then the provider can also enforce the penalty. So we are here where he receives the chosen penalty and the provider accepts the penalty, so he has to enforce it on the blockchain, meaning that we have to introduce the provider Ethereum address and also the agreement ID, the new chosen penalty, and the new end date which we received from the consumer. Let's execute this and we receive again the raw transaction which we have to sign. But now I am the provider, so I have a different Ethereum, the ID, and I have to sign this transaction again and also deploy it. And now we should receive a notification that the provider agreed on the penalty, but also the agreement should become active because we enforced the penalty. So it takes a while because of the blockchain and also because we have to send the notifications. But yes, our transaction is again successful. And now we can check again the state of the agreement. So last time it was violated, and now if we execute the endpoint again, it's active. And we also received the notification that the penalty was chosen, and the provider agreed on the penalty. So this is how we resolve a conflict, and we see how an agreement gets from state violated to state active.